Some considerations, things that have helped when I meet these clients that have some of these challenges. Got to get your website up to date because you can't go venturing into social media if your website's not set up to at least receive some of the analytics. For instance, features, after doing that for quite some time, when Cyber Monday rolled around and I looked at their Google Analytics with them and started reviewing their account, we started seeing that they had the most traffic they ever had, and it led up to Cyber Monday, which was huge for them. It was a big spike, and he was like, well, what's that mean? I said, they were looking for you. You need to make sure that if you're going to build up to that, that you're going to keep that up. Promotions, oftentimes, are just one-hit wonders. They're short run. But you do have to kind of start thinking promotionally minded that if you're going to do a promotion, right when that one's about to end, what are you going to do to carry on to the next one? It should be a cascade, because that's ultimately how you're going to start building that content and editorial calendar and keep it running. Email, I'm a big fan of it. I heard, was it Greg Cangelosi years ago? And I still say it today because it's true. Currency of the internet is emails. You can't sign up for a bank account. You can't do anything without having an email. Facebook may die tomorrow. Twitter may die. You still got your email address, your old Hotmail, your Outlook, whatever it is, you have an email address. And that's how you as an organization or your clients are going to connect with their fan base and stay in touch with them. Hit your fans where they spend the most time. The 4 phases that I get for social media is always, I don't know what platform I'm supposed to be on. Where am I supposed to be? Figure out where they're hanging out. Ask them. In the old days of B2B and trade publications, we used to ask them, or the first thing we'd ask them in the client meeting was, what are you reading? What are your clients reading? And they would tell you, oh, restaurant today, restaurant tomorrow, restaurant next year. Okay, well, we need to be in those 3, okay? Because that's what they're telling you. And, you don't have to master all of them, but you need to at least try to master one. Make sure you can rock and roll in that. We heard it 1,000 times, content is king. You talked about video. Take some chances. People are taking chances right now with Vine. They're taking chances with the new Instagram. Shake it up a little bit. Try something different. You don't have to keep on thinking this is the only way to do it. And your fans like stuff that's different. So be a little quirky once in a while. And what's the C? What's the story? Remember? Compassion, conflict, all of that. Oh, 4 more. Incentive. What's in it for them? Have a little empathy for that. What's in it for them? And then look at those analytics. If you don't have your website, again, set up with analytics. That should be pretty basic. But I'm surprised at how many don't. Look and see where they're visiting. As I was telling Features, he's like, what do I do with this? And I said, well, you're getting more hits here than you are here. This obviously isn't important. Or if it's important to you, you need to move it somewhere else so that they can see it. If this is a given that they're already landing there, then maybe you don't need to put as much effort there. But somewhere in between what you want them to know and what they're asking for, you've got to rearrange your tabs or at least what they're landing on. Think like them, join their club. Initially with Features, I'm not a runner. I stay active. I do a little ninja on the side. I try to stay in shape, but I wasn't a runner. I was then. I went out and I started running McAlpine. I was in with my Nike Plus. I was getting up at 4 in the morning just to see what it felt like. Because I had to at least understand from their perspective, and I still hate running. But it's the fastest way to lose some weight, and I do get there is a Zen-like aspect to it once you get out there, especially when there's, when you can either listen through music or you don't listen to music. I figured out, man, I think about a lot of stuff when I'm running. I can do the same thing on my motorcycle, which is a lot more fun. Right? Yes. Go up to the Blue Ridge Parkway on a motorcycle. That's all you need. And then the other one that I often talk about is, the reason that and I'll point her out again because she's good at what she does, is Crystal. The reason Crystal is a standout, or Jason gets asked to speak, and Cheryl, and the reason we all kind of get these opportunities is because we're talking about it, we're writing about it and connecting. And I would encourage you to do the same thing, even from an organizational standpoint, is once you do it, turn around and figure out a way that you're going to be able to be an expert in your field. But that also goes for your clients, at least with my clients. I encourage all of them to try to step out of their comfort zone and be a speaker and talk about This is how we experienced it. Talk about your failures. These are only 3 that I did well. I've had a lot of failures along the way. That's just where you learn, okay? Everybody always asks me about the future, like I know for some reason. More mobile, more tablets. You got to start converting your promotions into more tablets, and that's, I mean, we're all looking. I see everybody keeps on looking at their phone because that's what happens. You got to go there. More pictures and video. That's inevitable. Look at what's happening with Instagram. People love pictures, and Pinterest. I hate to say it, with a, 90% female base, Pinterest, I still hang out there. I have my accessories. I got my pocket knife. I have my pocket knife. I have a whole board just on man accessories because I just think pocket knives are cool. Google Plus, don't ignore it. A lot of people are going after Google Plus in a big way. It's kind of gotten a resurgence. Got a notice the other day that Wave is coming back, which just kind of blew my mind. Egads. ROI, that's usually the 3rd one. After they ask me what platforms to be on, and then they ask me, well, what's good content? The 3rd one is they ask me, well, what's ROI? Okay? Big data and sales conversion. You got to figure out how you're driving them to your landing pages, how they're coming to your site. You know, are you getting what you set out to get? Analyze that data. Command centers are huge too. I had a great conversation with Patrick Sills from Clear Channel. He went to the iHeartRadio Music Festival last year when Green Day lost their mind on stage. Started giving negative shout-outs to Justin Bieber. You know he's an artist. I don't know if you knew that or not. But iHeartRadio had a command center, basically a tractor-trailer setup. And it was probably 100 people, all like us, sitting in a room, wall-to-wall laptops, wall-to-wall video, shooting, and it was a command center. It was really cool. And Patrick was telling me it was the most amazing thing he'd ever seen. But that's the future of social media and digital presence, is when you're doing any type of an event, if you're doing any type of promotion, are you just one person, or do you have, as Laura was talking about earlier, and Cheryl, is having those people that you can count on, and maybe getting them in the same room? And who's handling your video? Who's handling your posting? You know, it's really kind of cool once it all starts ringing together and you're tag teaming each other. Last one I had on here was marketing team evolution. Marketing people are no longer just marketing people. They've got to understand the entire picture of this, and that's what you're probably seeing more and more of this as we move further and further into this. Is marketing people are going to become, it's going to be a requirement that they understand the aspects of digital.